So I've been playing around with this compressor for a few years now, and if you've never heard of this compressor, I definitely think it's worth checking out, and it could even be a poor man's LA2A. Let's get to it. So if you never heard of one of these, it's the DBX 163X. And I have today a 163A. I have a couple of 163Xs. I don't even know where they are. My stuff is kind of scattered at the moment. But 163X is the black one, and the 63A is kind of a bluish one, probably from the early 90s. They both sound very similar. They're both great if you can pick them up. And a lot of times I can find these for like $80, maybe $100. Definitely, in that kind of $100 to $120 range, depending on how prices fluctuate. But definitely worth checking out, okay? And I'm going to show you why here in a second. So I have a couple different vocals. This is the basically on-off. And then I have an LA2A plugin. We're going to check it out head-to-head against this. Here is the vocal just raw.
Sure is cold where I've been, but if you save me this time, I won't give in.
Okay. Go ahead and turn on the compressor.
I don't know, that's who to be. I guess I'm just trying to be free, yeah, 'cause I stand here on the borderline. Oh, I do declare, it ain't right. So I came to you to get somewhere. Oh, honey, I don't care as long as it ain't here.
Yeah, pretty amazing. I mean, for something that costs $80, I think it's worth checking out. So, here's another one, but with a plugin.
Sure is cold where I've been, but if you save me this time, I won't give in. I don't know, that's who to be. I guess I'm just trying to be free, yeah, 'cause I stand here on the borderline. Oh, I do declare, it ain't right. So I came to you to get somewhere. Oh, honey, I don't care as long as it ain't here.
So I'm trying my best to get these matched as best I can volume-wise. You should always be concerned about that, even in my videos. Always take that in consideration. If this sounds lower in volume, it's going to fake you out a little bit as far as how good it sounds. So I'm trying to do that the best I can. But yeah, I mean, the two compressors are remarkably close. They're not going to be the same on every source, but I'm just thinking of, a one knob compressor that you can crank it and it doesn't sound terrible. It actually sounds quite good. And this is because the DBX kind of mentality for their products was this over easy kind of trademark they were going with, and it's this soft knee type compression. It's a feed forward, a modern compression. If you kind of go into like that API world where they have this feedback, feed forward terminology, this would be the feed forward, but it'd be soft knee. And if you look at like the 160X, you have the over easy button, and that's just what that is. It's a hard knee versus the over easy soft knee. With this stuff here, this LA2A plugin isn't going to be the same. It's going to be a 4-to-1 compression. But this 163X and the 163A, that's going to be kind of a variety of different ratios. It's going to start out really, really gentle at like 1.2 to 1, 1.3 to 1. It's going to very gently work itself into compression, and then towards the very high ratios, it's going to hit more of like a limiter mode. So it's not even a specific ratio. Okay, it's just a very soft knee, which means it's a variety of ratios depending on how hard you hit it. And that's what makes it sound so good. Once again, on vocal.
Sure is cold where I've been, but if you save me this time, I won't give in. I don't know, that's through to be. I guess I'm just trying to be free, yeah, 'cause I stand here on the borderline. Oh, I do declare, you know it ain't right. So I came to you to get somewhere. Oh, honey, I don't care as long as it ain't here.
Yeah, so, I mean, I've used this for my dialogue mics many times over the years because I can hit it at like 8 dB of compression, and it doesn't sound terrible. It's not what I use right now because, unfortunately, these are, pieces of equipment that are kind of starting to get old, and it's a little bit easier to keep your eye on them. This one's kind of scratchy at times, and so when I am using this for mixing and stuff, it's totally manageable, but it's sort of like a set it and forget it device. I just can't have it, poop out on me if there's some sort of issue with the cabling or whatever. Another issue with these is they're unbalanced, so it is going to be a little more noisier than a lot of the other outboard gear that you currently are able to get that would be balanced, meaning that there's 3 wires in the signal path for that audio. With this, it's really just a tip and a ground. There is no ring for that 1/4-inch cable. So these also make a good kind of like a DI box kind of thing, so they're great for bass as well. In fact, I have an example pulled up for bass as well. We can skip ahead to that.
Taking me a little longer.
See if I can find a spot where he's really going at it here. Yeah, so, I mean, no matter how hard you hit it, it really doesn't ever suck, you know? You already kind of had a preview of the song here, Bilberry Blues by Brothers Gillespie. Go ahead and pull up some vocal for you and check that out.
It's taken me a little longer than we first thought to get my pride back down inside a fighting weight. She never said she didn't love me, so I never let go. And I've been like a backseat driver while my mind disintegrates. Living in the belly of a beast with no pulse. Someone tell that poor old dog that she's not coming home. I finally made a little money, so I packed up and moved, just to stare all day out of another window. And I could use a few new friends.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm just absolutely hammering this thing. To really put it against the plugin here, let's try that.
It's taken me a little longer than we first thought to get my pride back down inside a fighting weight. She never said she didn't love me, so I never let go. And I've been like a backseat driver while my mind disintegrates.
Yeah, so there's definitely differences, you know? I mean, I can hear kind of how it's grabbing it a little bit differently, but, you know, honestly, I keep going back to a real piece of hardware. I don't know why. It just, you know, I was thinking about this the other day, is I got some, like, pollen in my eye, and I was, like, itching it, and it was, like, the best thing I could do for my itchy eye is just to keep my eye closed for, you know, probably 20 minutes to 30 minutes. And I was walking around my yard outside, and I was thinking, you know, I can technically see what's in front of me, but it just doesn't seem that real. You know, I can see the colors of, you know, green, red, blue. I can see that there's grass. I can see a tree. But I have to coach myself and say, oh, that's, you know, those are actually steps, and I'm kind of close to them. I have to really think about what I'm seeing because it's just very flat. I don't have the dimension with one eye. And then as soon as I open my eye, my other eye, and I see with two eyes, now all of a sudden I'm seeing the same thing, but it's just way different. It's way more realistic. There's a lot more dimension there. And I was kind of thinking about this with, you know, the plugins. Okay, technically we can make it sound like an LA2A. We could give it the tone, right? We can make it have that sound, just like how with one eye I can see all the colors, I can see all the objects, whatever. But it's much more real if I open both eyes, and it's almost the same kind of thing, you know? I mean, even though this is an absolute kind of junk compressor, it's not junk, obviously, but this really shouldn't be that good. And they did a great job making it. And yeah. Let's check it out on guitar real quick. something about compressing guitar. I mean, it's kind of overkill. You don't really need to do it because there's so much overdrive that is compression. It's naturally compressing that sound right out of the gate. A clean guitar would be very different. Okay, it'd be much more obvious. But there's something I really enjoy about compressing overdriven guitar that just kind of helps it sit in the mix. You know, the sustain of those notes, the tone, you know, it'll change as the guitar sustains out, and when it gets lower in volume, ringing out, it'll get a little cleaner. Now, when you compress it, now what you're doing is you're raising up that volume, and you're allowing it to be heard through the mix, through a dense mix, even though technically it sounds like it's getting a little quieter. I mean, you can tell it's sustaining out, but the volume doesn't get lost. You don't lose the guitar in the mix. So same thing with the effects on the guitar, like the spring reverb. You can really hear it. But yeah, this was a very quick overview of this compressor. I think it's definitely worth checking it out, either the 163A or the 163X as seen here. And you know, the cool thing about these is that they can also be linked together. So with just a single cable, you can have a stereo pair of these things. Pretty cool. Okay, let me know what you thought of this video. Talk to you soon.